Hello and welcome to another video with me, Winner and Trade, with the weekly Andrew video for this week. In which, only had that one video this week so far of me taking a break, which is really doing better than actually the videos I've made for the previous 2 weeks. Don't understand why that video is doing better, but okay. Don't really exactly have all that much to talk here, say at the beginning here, so moving on to anime, I guess. Which is going to be very quick considering basically no anime this week, as is basically what I would call the transition week between seasons. So going from the fall season this year to winter season for next year. So starting off with Taisho Maiden Fairy Tail, which is one of my favorites for the season. And to be honest, overall this season it's actually had quite a few good anime in my opinion. So yeah, this anime has been yeah, it's one of my favorites. So, very wholesome romance in it, which is also has some slightly depressing moments in it, considering just the situation where the characters are in and everything. So, yeah. With it being the beginning of the 20th century there with Taisho Era, there is, of course, the Great Kanto Earthquake, which does actually happen in the anime, though they apparently moved it later in the story because just need to have a dramatic final or something, I guess. So yeah, from my understanding, this anime adapted like 2/3 of the source material or something, so highly unlikely to get a second season, considering that. But if it was to actually get anything else, it'd probably be like an OVA or something. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites of the season. I think. And, well, next up is My Senpai is Annoying, which overall is a very good slice of life anime, I think, with romance in it as well. That was mainly carried by Sakurai and Kazuma in this season of it. Yeah. Side characters basically carrying the show when it comes to romance. Because, of course, main characters can't have that much progression very quickly, because they're the main characters. But Futaba and Takeda, the main characters, is mainly just there for comedy currently, whilst ever so slowly actually progressing their story when it comes to romance. Which there was actually some kind of progress on that front there, though it's not very obvious, I think. And also, when it comes to the second season for My Senpai is Annoying, I don't think there's very good chances, considering from what I can tell, the studio that made adapted the anime don't have very good reputation when it comes to making second seasons. Considering, I think they only don't even have a handful of things they've actually made second seasons of. So yeah, moving on to 86, I guess, in which the last 2 episodes are being delayed to mid-March. So, yeah, 2.5 month wait has started for those last 2 episodes. But with this episode, the final battle with the Morpho has begun, with, with all the rest of 86, Kurina, Andrew, Theo, and Raiden all staying behind to hold off the Legion while Shin goes to attack the Morpho himself, which the others appear seemingly die in this episode, which would also explain the very concerning amount of death flags in the previous episode. Yeah, that episode was completely filled with death flags, so it makes sense if all these other characters died in this episode, though. We didn't exactly get confirmation that any of them are dead, I guess, so possibly that so I guess it's possible that they are actually still alive? Maybe? I'm not exactly sure. During the first part of 86, I was kind of thinking got to the point where I was thinking all the other characters besides Shin were going to die, basically, but those four managed to survive, so they seem to have plot armor. Don't know if their plot armor is going to survive this, though. Not sure about that, because they are still technically side characters, I think. But while Shin fights the Morpho, which is Kiri, basically alone here, until Frederica manages to get there to actually help, because he just wants to leave her behind to protect her, though she's basically the secret weapon on their side that they didn't realize they actually had for some reason. Frederica distracts Kiri, allowing Shin to actually go get close to attack him. But also, Shin also has some extra help during that fight as well, with some supporting artillery fire. I wonder who that could possibly be. But really, I think we all know who that is. Lena. Yeah. The only question I really have is how in the world is all that artillery actually still working? Because I'm pretty sure I remember that the Republic was completely leveled by the Legion, so my only guess really is that all of that artillery we saw is all that's actually left of it. Most of it has been destroyed, but that's just what managed to actually survive the Legion's attacks, I guess. But also, Shin gets close to the Morpho, as I said earlier, and destroys it, and which immediately starts a 10-second self-destruct sequence. Yeah, that's quite a convenient thing for them, and honestly, probably a very good design for something like that, considering you're going to at least take whoever destroyed it with it. Though, of course, Shin's going to live because plot armor. Can't have the main character dying like this, despite the fact that he definitely should end up dying from this. He's not going to. But at this point, I guess it's officially the 2.5 month wait for Lena to hopefully make her comeback in the last 2 episodes of this part 2 of 86. Cause yeah, she's only had like 1 or 2 scenes for part 2 here, and that's it. 2 very short scenes, and that's it. All Lena's actually had so far. Yeah, really want to see more of Lena already. But yeah, 2.5 month wait for the last 2 episodes has begun. So, now, moving on to the Slow Life anime, which is basically the last thing I actually have for the season that I'm watching besides Hayate no Paddling. So, the fight with Ruti there ended a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Seriously, like 1 minute at most, I think that fight was. Yeah. Red uses his bronze sword to. Red basically gets Ruti to cut his bronze sword so he basically can get her sword, that holy sword, stuck in it so he can dislodge it from her to throw it away, basically. In which, of course, the moment that this holy sword is out of her hand, she comes back to her senses. Yeah, that was a bit anticlimactic considering the situation, I guess. In which, after that, Ruti apparently lost her hero's blessing skill, apparently, not exactly sure, and her demon's blessing skill, or I guess, now has the ability to control other blessings? I'm not exactly sure about all that. That's there, to be honest. Wasn't exactly clear in the anime, I think. So, maybe, maybe not, I'm not sure. But, moving on from that, Ares got a funeral. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more than that, considering, yeah, Ares may as well have been a demon lord. But next thing here, which is probably the main thing for the episode here, Red and Rit finally did the deed. And right at the end of the episode, Yarandaria is apparently heading to Sultan to basically meet Red and Rit again, I guess. So, if this ever actually manages to get a second season, which I would really like to get a second season, guess we're going to be seeing more of her. Considering we really didn't actually get to see her at all this time, considering she kind of left the Heroes Party after Red left it. So, yeah, definitely want to see another season of the Slow Life anime here, with it being another one of my favorites of the season, and probably also has one of the best couples of the entire season, competing with Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale for that, I guess. Though, overall, I think the couple here in the Slow Life anime and the Taisho Maiden Fairy Tale are both basically competing for best couple of the year more than just the season, considering, yeah, I honestly don't actually remember that much from the previous seasons. Considering, yeah, I can easily say that this fall season is easily my favorite season of the year by far, with the winter season at the beginning of the year being the second favorite, and then whatever the world spring and summer were, because honestly, those were bad seasons, I think. Seriously. I did not like those that much compared to winter and fall. So, yeah, that's the end of this season. Basically, all I actually have left for this season to finish is Saihatai no Paddlin, which airs its final episode tomorrow, I think. So, I guess I'll move on to anime that I'm going to be watching for next season, which is also looking pretty good, I think. So, I'm not going to actually mention every single one, basically. Just going to kind of go over the ones that I actually know more about. And then everything else I'm watching is just going to be on the screen here for you to look at, I guess. So, starting off, of course, Demon Slayer, which has already started airing and everything. Watching that. Then there's also the second season of Alfira, second season of Realist Hero, third season of Dagaki-san, second season of Princess Connect, um, also Girls Frontline anime, which is for some reason called Dolls Frontline. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is. And I haven't actually played the game, so I have absolutely no idea what the story is actually like for the game. So, yeah, going to be watching the anime at least. And then there's also Slow Loop, which to me basically just looks like Yeru Camp, but fishing. Everything else I'm actually watching this season, yeah, it's basically just what I read on Mal with a synopsis there for the anime. Just managed to catch my attention enough that I'll decided to watch them. So, yeah, 5 anime that's continuing with new seasons, and then 10 that are starting this season that I don't really know all that much about. So, yeah, don't exactly have that much else to say here, I guess. Considering, yeah, surprisingly, this week I also have not actually played any games. So, yeah. Though there were a decent amount of updates, I think, this week. Like, now and then getting in its next update. And a few others, I think. So, yeah, I need to get around to playing some games, I think. Though, the one thing I did actually do when it comes to actually playing games, kind of, is Age of History, kind of preparing for another video on that, I guess. In which I was playing on using the Bloody Europe 2 mod on the INSIG scenario, playing as Germany. Yeah, that's fun. Even on sandbox mode, because Jesus, the Soviets are hard to deal with, even when you got infinite money. But yeah, next video I actually upload, whenever that's going to be, is going to be that. It's going to be a timeline of that game I did there. So yeah, if I actually did decide to make a series out of that, it'll probably be like 1 or 2 turns in episode, which I don't think would be very good quality when it comes to actually videos. Because seriously, just 1 or 2 turns an episode. I only did 37 turns before I got to the end of that. 2 turns an episode, and that would end up going up to like 18 episodes, possibly even getting up to 20, maybe. And that's what just if I wasn't talking in the videos at all, I think. It'd probably go even further if I was talking. So, yeah. That thing took me a while to do. But, yeah. When it comes to the break, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to continue this break to next week or not. You'll know basically if I upload a video Monday or not. If I do, that's the end of the break. If I don't, then I'm going to continue this break until for the next week as well. So, yeah. That will be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.